Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When it comes to pay-per-views, man, I can't lie. AEW does it every single time, bro. Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, being joined tonight by the man in gray. He's looking for the pay. The one, the only, the man they call Derek.
Yo, yo, yo.
What is good? Appreciate it. I don't know if RJ City is yelling that in their chat, but this was a wild show. I don't even know how to describe it. Listen, there's gonna be people out there who don't like certain things. There's gonna be people who love certain things. At the end of the day, we're all pro wrestling fans. Try to bring that together. Look, I'm representing Chicago tonight. The GOAT on the shirt.
Chicago.
We are doing our darn thing, and apparently RJ did say that. We would appreciate it if you guys are watching live on YouTube with us. Hit the like button. If you're listening on audio and you've never came over to Everything Pro Wrestling, come on over to the YouTube channel, hit subscribe. We love talking pro wrestling, wrestling video games, whatever we can. Make sure you guys come on over here and show us some love. Also, if you guys haven't, audio side of things, please do me a favor. Leave a 5-star review. Even if it's on Spotify, helps us out greatly, gets us more advertising. I'd rather have someone else pay us and you guys still get to listen for free rather than asking you guys for money, super chats, whatever. If you want to donate, feel free. We appreciate those as well. Thank you guys so much for everything. We are going to try to hold it down and do the darn thing here. So as we get ready to do this, thank you for joining us, and let's go.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
Man, it's going down, man. It's going down. This is absolutely insane. Wild event, man, that just happened. Wild event. Thank you everyone for joining us. Derek, AEW All Out. Quick, small thoughts, I guess, overall.
Man. Just speechless, bro. Speechless. You couldn't just spare us one time.
If they were feeling pain, they had to make sure that it was known. Very good, very impressive stuff, if you ask me. Let's get into everyone who's here, shout these people out, and then we're going to get right into this review. I know it's late, so we are going to try to keep it concise but show love. Clown says, evening, everyone. Clown, what's goody, bro?
What's up?
Appreciate you being here. This is about to turn into a watch along, not a review. As a huge fan of deathmatch wrestling, the spot was messed up. It was supposed to go through the cheek, and Hangman was supposed to squirt water from it. Seems like Hangman was having issues. Yeah, absolutely crazy with the needle. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Matt Lopez says hello and good evening. Damn great show, but shocking last hour of the show. Yes. Deanna says hello. What's good, Deanna? Well, we can safely say better than last year's All Out. I think last year's All Out, listen, people may get mad at me for this. I think that's the most overrated AEW show. Like, people were just, y'all were, I think it was the Punk people who didn't like Punk capping for last year's All Out. I'm going to always say that as a Punk fan. I'm like, y'all were, nah. It was a good show. It wasn't like all that, though.
Yeah, it wasn't the way you.
It wasn't show of the year, or nothing like that.
It wasn't that.
I remember they were like, cage match, 9 point, whatever it got. I was like, take it easy. All right, take it easy. It was a good show. Take it easy. The scrum is starting now, so okay. Yeah, and comments from RJ City that I mentioned, as you can see on screen, I will not repeat them right now, but yeah. Elite Easy E says, hey, yo, what's good, E? Appreciate you. Jesus De Leon. What's good, Jesus? He says, "Sup, Derek Conrad. The main event was beautiful." Yes, and we'll get into what happened with that as well. I got my MDK shirt on. This was right up my alley. Yeah, if you're a GCW fan, for sure. What up, Rob? I see you in the chat. Hub said, "Hi, everyone. I think they went a little too far with the needle. This is the type of stuff that can get into mainstream media and give AEW really bad press. If I were AEW's PR guy, I'd be very concerned." I don't know. I wouldn't be any more concerned than they were over the pizza stuff with Nick Gage and that stuff before.
Yeah.
It was on pay-per-view too, which is a little different than the television product, I would say.
Yeah.
But Hubs is kind of correct too, though. From a business standpoint, this can affect you. I don't know what your partners think of it, though. I think if Tony is smart, though, he's already explained to them, we do things that the competition won't do. I'm not even going to mention any names right now, but we had a Chicago street fight tonight with the women. That would never happen on other programs, I'll just say. They won't do a match like that. They don't. They cannot do matches like that is the best way I could put it. Matt Lopez says, legit one of the wildest AEW pay-per-views. What's good? Did I just witness what up, Jesse? Quite possibly, man. For those who don't know, me and Hubs do Clash of the Podcast every single Monday. We'll probably get some of Sean's thoughts on this show on Monday. Make sure you check him out. Link is down below. We're also going to be doing, we're going to be working together over the next 2 months over a couple projects. So make sure you're subscribed to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. You know what? While I'm at it, I'm going to throw Pro Wrestling Shoots stuff in there as well. Jesse and James do great work every Tuesday when they go live, and they post a lot of cool videos. I saw Jesse just got No Mercy, so probably expecting a video soon. Maybe tomorrow. I'm hoping. That's just wishful thinking on my part, though. Cray in the house. What's good? They sure tried to get someone, if not the viewership. I mean, at this point, though, I don't know. What do you want? If I told you to give me the magic ball and say, if you do this, you will gain viewership, what are you going to tell someone? Is there an answer? I don't have an answer. I've been watching wrestling for 30 years, 30 plus years, 35 years.
I don't think there is, bro. Like, I don't think there is.
Yeah, if you're talking about killing viewership, well, they're swinging for the fences right now. So what do you want them to do?
I mean, at the end of the day, if you say that, how my issue is, how would it be killing viewers? Well, we had one company that was centered around all of that, pay-per-view and regular shows.
Yeah, it was wild. Maybe something shouldn't have been done, Deanna said. Well, we're going to get into it. E said for the sickos. Tokyo said, I'm sick of the Mercedes hate. Me and Derek were just talking about it, that it's borderline ridiculous.
It really is. Like, stop crying about it, bro.
Yeah. All out 2024 is for the real sickos. For the record, guys, this is from Tommy Boy. If you've never seen the movie, go watch it. It's a good movie.
Great movie.
He said, man, no video for a bit. I'll stream No Mercy at some point next week. I've got a few videos cooking up in the next couple weeks, Pro Wrestling Shoot says. All right, I'll give you some time. He does produce top-notch quality, so I'll let him rock. Matt Lopez says Mercedes doesn't deserve the hate. I think it is kind of creepy, some of the stuff. We were just talking about looking up her records, stuff like that. Absolutely.
Yeah, why does that matter to you?
Yeah,
That should not matter to you. Whatever happens in her personal life is her personal life, not yours.
Keep it out of here. And I saw Sean definitely agree with us too about the All Out. I think he had the dates wrong on there or the year, excuse me. But 24 over 23.
Oh
yeah.
Absolutely.
We could. Let's get into 0 Hour. You guys can give your generic thoughts for this. But let's get into some of this here, man. 0 Hour was hosted by Renee Paquette, RJ City, and good old Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Don't piss me off, Jeff Jarrett. We have fun with this one. They started things out with The Acclaimed versus the Iron Savages. Now, the first thing I thought of was, man, The Acclaimed 2 years ago were in this arena. Yo, I feel like this is the curse of Swagger Jack and Keith Lee a little bit. Scissor me dead. So you guys took Keith Lee's stuff, and now it ain't popping as much. I think the Acclaim, I like to see them turn heel again. I don't know. I feel like Max's raps were better, more on par.
Yeah.
And you could do some stuff with it.
Having them turn heel, I think, would be perfect for them. They've been on top for a very long time as faces. Let's have something change their trajectory a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, listen, end of the day in this one, we knew they were going to win. MXM was watching backstage. Now, I like Mason and Mansoor. I like them a lot. This fits so much better here than in the other company where they were trying to do this, we'll say. And it just works. So they showed them watching it in a ridiculous angle. Then they showed Mason holding Mansoor, like cradling him. And they were like, what position is that? Hand to bottom, I think. And then it was just funny. So they're watching. So the Acclaim look like they're going to be feuding with them next. MXM's probably going to get over, and I'm seeing big things for them and the Outrunners. Remember what I'm saying. The Outrunners is the 80s tag team. They just picked up a win on Collision last night. They are getting over. They are the old school bullies in the films where they're like throwing someone's sandwich back and forth. Like, oh, they are doing good work, I think, right now.
Yeah. Let's roll with that. Let's see what they can do. Give them a good run.
Yeah. Jesse's talking about, I can't wait to see what they cook up for Wrestle Dream. If any of the teases we got tonight are happening at Wrestle Dream, you're about to get a great show, my friend.
1000%.
Right? Yeah. Hub is funny. I saw what you put in there, Hub. The Outrunners are hilarious. Yeah, people like it. Going back to this, we'll stay focused. I'm going to try and keep running down all of this here just to keep it on point. Acclaim win with the mic drop. Premier Athletes versus Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, and Hologram got on the show. Dustin Rhodes, the man of many tag teams, we'll just say.
Yeah.
He is out here in these streets. Josh Woods has been fantastic for the Premier Athletes, and I love Smart Mark Sterling. For people who don't know, I think he's really, really good at his job and what he does. And I feel like he should be in a more prominent role than he is, but we'll deal with it.
I was just getting ready to say that. Like, I would love to see him back on, like,
Dynamite regularly.
Yeah, like having him there, it was spectacular.
Yeah, him losing Jade and then like Stokely, like there was a lot of mix up with him, and I feel like he should get back to managing. I feel like every manager should have someone of like the Heenan family. Like, dude, all right, I got Andre though. I got Rick Rude. Right. I got, you should at least have a couple people that you can be like, yeah, but these are my guys though. Hologram's been fantastic. I'm glad he got this spot. And like I said, Dustin's crushing it. And I feel like this is building Dustin up to maybe having his final match at All In 2025 in Texas. Big stadium show. Let Dustin go on there and give him a big match.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
You know what, man? I would like to see Dustin get the heavyweight title once. Even if it's not a long run for the before his retirement, but I would like to see him get it.
Absolutely. BJ said, what is AEW doing? Smart Mark is the man. I agree, Clown. I agree. Smart Mark is on the scrum as well. Yeah, most definitely, man. Appreciate it. It looks like Rich in the chat. He did not enjoy the show. Well, you're in the wrong chat, my friend, because you're talking to a lot of people who did. But we'll see here. I love to see Dustin win the world title, even if it's for a short run. Quite possibly. Like I said, there's a couple people who I always say, Kingston, Dustin. There's people you can give short world title runs to, and I think it would be fantastic. The Bang Bang Gang versus the Dark Order. I don't know what Evil Uno's doing. He looks like Mick Foley now, like with the shirt. I must have missed something on Ring of Honor. But they ended up getting a match. Juice is fantastic. The Guns are fantastic. They needed this win. Dark Order, they've lost a lot of steam, man. I feel like they need to hit the reset button and figure it out. But I haven't been watching Ring of Honor, so maybe they're a big deal over there. And if they are, then great. Let's see what they got.
Hopefully. If not, then it's sad to say, but I think it would be time to disband them if they're not getting any kind of traction whatsoever.
I wouldn't get rid of Silver and Reynolds. I like them as a team, but
No, yeah, no. Keep them as a team, but like
But what's Uno do though? He doesn't have Stu Grayson really anymore. Like,
right.
We're in struggle phase a little here with them. We got to figure out either get them hot or we got to try something new, guys.
Yeah, honestly, like I think everything that's happened to them, I think it's, to me, in my mind, I'd say let's try something new. Only because they've had so much happen and everything seems to be just falling apart for them.
Right. Hubs, I'm gonna get to your last comment here momentarily, or at least maybe once we get to it. Well, I'll read it now. He said, I'm gonna say this, then I have to get some sleep for church tomorrow. If this Swerve versus Page thing ends up in a Bryan Pillman Stone Cold situation, it will be a problem. I don't think they're gonna go that far with the angle that they did way back when. We can't even speak about those things that they did back then, but yeah, I don't think it'll get that far. Last match that we had here. Oh, hold on. We did have the Costco guys show up here. The Boom and the Doom, if you know who they are, like,
yeah,
not my thing. Apparently, that guy used to be a wrestler, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
At some point, I guess in New Jersey, he said he used to like wrestle with Sanjay Dutt. So he was like, "Oh, I know that guy." So Sky Blue came out for an interview with Tony Schiavone. Mariah May comes down. She says she never understood why it was called the Windy City when no one here has ever been blown before. Mariah pushes down Sky, who was on crutches. How dare she? And then Sky Blue's friend, Queen Aminata, came out. She made the save before Mariah could do any damage with the extra crutch laying around. Later on, I was scrolling through social media, and it looks like Mariah May versus Queen Aminata is ready and reserved for Dynamite.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Yeah, let's rock.
I've been talking about giving people more chances. I'd like to see more of this in the tag team division, but okay. Yeah, okay, fine. No issues here. Following up, main event up on top, we had a 3-way trios match for Derek. Top Flight versus Shane Taylor Promotion and the Beast Mortos and Undisputed Kingdom. You may be saying, why is Beast Mortos teaming with Shane Taylor Promotions and not the Undisputed Kingdom? Simple question. Simple answer. Money. That's what Shane Taylor said. I offered him more money. He was like, Beast don't know money.
Right.
and apparently he did. He knew ball game. Nice on commentary. BJ noticed the same thing I did. They mentioned Ring of Honor, but they called it AEW Ring of Honor. They're adapting the WWE NXT.
Yes.
So, yes. Well done. Just notice this is going to be good things for that media rights deal. I noticed a lot of people putting crow on plates for people.
Yep.
We'll see what's going to happen with this. They also just put up the name Shockwave. I think I just told you AEW Shockwave for a television show. What does that mean? I don't know. But
that seems to be very, very interesting
to
me. Hopefully it'll be something interesting.
Yeah, well, I'll take the wait and see approach with it.
Right.
I'm interested to see all the minute details of the deal. I want to hear about video games and things and such like that when we get to it. In the end, though, Roderick Strong gets the win for his team, pinning Dante Martin from Top Flight. Yippee Skippy. That was 0 Hour in a nutshell. Let me see here. Going back to it, here we are now at the main card. This was what we had on lineup for tonight. Not a big card, really. Not humongous, I'll say.
No, but
solid.
Yeah, solid. But for what it was, I think it was.
Ooh. How many matches could you really say didn't have juice, really? 1, maybe 2. So everything else kind of had like a little bit of a plot to it. Maybe you could argue the 4-way Continental, but even that kind of has been building up, and Takeshita's earned his spot from being in New Japan. Right, if you're paying attention to things, they've shown you highlights and video packages of this stuff.
Right.
But we digress, man. Let's get into this main card here. I'm going to try and put things in order while we talk. We opened up with MJF, Daniel Garcia. They put together a nice video package. I told Derek I got Saw vibes from this little showing the stuff from Buffalo to Chicago. Chicago is where he did take Daniel Garcia out. So very nice. MJF comes out. Me and who was I talking with about this? Was it Doug or Clown? Someone that mentioned like, yeah, MJF's wearing this it was Ray Thompson. Shout out to Ray and his family. He was like, yeah, MJF's wearing that nasty brown like HBK at Survivor Series 02, and I was just like, nah, fam, this is gonna be all right though. This is gonna be all right. We're gonna do just fine with this. And he was like, all right, bro, I hope you're right. So they went out there and they delivered, bro. Garcia was bleeding as soon as MJF ripped off the bandage. The story is simple, man. Both guys are trying to break each other's necks. That's what they said from the beginning. I'm going to break your neck. MJF spit on Garcia, and I told Derek, the spit in this match particularly was disgusting. I don't know if they were sick. I know people in the Northeast are getting sick, but I was just like, yo, bro, please stop spitting on each other. It is gross. It is gross. This is up there with like Sami Callihan and Rich Swann on a TNA show when I watched it one time, and I was like, please stop spitting. It's disgusting. Yeah. And they were just going at it in this one, man. MJF had got locked into a guillotine, and when his arm was about to drop, Garcia stopped it because he wanted to punish him more. He hit him with a pile driver. He got penned. MJF eventually he kicks out of everything. I just couldn't believe it after the pile driver. MJF bites his way off of the top rope. He hits a low blow and then pins Garcia with a jackknife, the same move he had won a lot of matches with in the Continental Classic, for the win. Now, I have some insider stuff here in a second, so if you don't want to hear it, I'm going to tell you to fast forward in a second. After the match, MJF extended his hand. He went for the low blow. Garcia caught his foot and was like, oh, no, you don't. Hits a top rope pile driver before he spits in his face, hits a top rope pile driver, Derek, and then Garcia leaves through the crowd. Now, Ibu of WrestlePura says the original ending was actually for Garcia to go over, but plans were changed because Garcia still hasn't signed a contract.
So, in my opinion, you have no contract yet.
And they think he's going to sign with AEW, but precautionary. Like,
right. Yeah, just I don't know, dude. Like I feel like I can't quite put my finger on it, but you need to figure out what you're going to do. Like I feel as much as I love Danny Garcia, bro, like I just feel you should have signed already, or you should have made a decision already, whatever the case may be. Like, what are we holding out for? That's my thing. Like, what are we holding out for? Like, are we trying to be in the bidding war? Because don't get me wrong, Danny Garcia is fire, but is the rat race fire? Like that's my concern. Is the rat race fire for Danny Garcia in order for you to not have signed already? At the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't, because I want you to get your money. I want you to get paid and everything. But
what's it all for?
Yeah, what's it all for, dude?
That's up to Daniel Garcia too. Like, has AEW taken a long time with this push? Yes, but I think they've also given him a lot. A lot more than most people have gotten.
Yeah, I agree. I do think his push has been delayed, but he has done a lot in the same token of breath too.
Yeah, 100%. He's went through it and done it. We'll see what he decides. That's the point where we're at. He could pull a switcheroo and change his mind. We don't know. And I'm sure it's a tough decision for him. Like,
absolutely,
big money or the place where 5 years ago I thought would be my dream place to go.
Right.
Tough. Kris says, honestly, I don't think the Dark Order. I think the Dark Order just wants a paycheck, my opinion. And ain't nothing wrong with that too. If that's what you want to do. Yeah, the spit was too much too. Absolutely. Walking through the crowd directly into Orlando into the PC. We'll see what he does. AEW Ring of Honor has a nice ring to it. Garcia is great, but I think he is now going to get to that top star level. Like Derek said, the thing that Derek mentioned that I thought was genius was you had to change the way he was perceived. And I think you have in the last few weeks. Garcia's not here anymore. You've got him doing things like this.
Right.
Top level stuff. So
yeah.
I don't really have much complaining to say about it.
Yeah, like dude, this version of Danny Garcia is phenomenal. Like when he came back, dressed the way that he came back, or dressed the way that he was dressed when he came back was perfect. The fact that he's not dancing right now is perfect because it to me it shows like, all right, I wasn't about my business at this point in time. Now I'm about business right now. And now I'm about to handle business. So let this persona, this look is perfect.
Well done.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I did like him when he was dancing, but I think Danny Garcia has that personality where it's like I have to be top notch.
You gotta do the Tony where he's like running with it. Tony was funny. I was like, y'all gotta stop this right now. Cut it out. Moving on to match 2 on the main card. We did have the Young Bucks defending their tag titles against the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Interesting. I like the tag team of Claudio and Yuta. I'm a big Yuta guy, too. I think Yuta should be in that same spot where Garcia is, but they're just having him take a different route and a kind of a slower route. But Yuta's that guy. I think him and Garcia are your future main events that you're going to want to have on these shows. That is a feud that you can go back and revisit, and it's like The Rock Triple H. I know people don't want to hear that. Eddie and He Who We Shall Not Speak Of.
Right.
When you go back, you know the history. You're like, oh, look at when it was Tiger Mask versus Wild Pegasus, or go back and look at when it was this and that. Look at when it was Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Rocky Maivia. Right. Now it's The Rock. You saw them go through low card to mid card to main events together. Right. That works. The Young Bucks, they're on this journey, and someone said it best. When I see them come out in those suits and everything, it just doesn't feel like the Young Bucks that we, you know what I mean, that we liked even.
Yeah.
At that point in time, like, I don't know.
Well, no, you're not wrong at all. Like, I definitely feel like the way that they're presenting themselves now, it's more of like a business instead of just being, wrestlers. And I get it, the EVPs and all that good stuff. But at some point in time, you still have to live that wrestling persona. If you don't live it, then what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for people to buy into you or, cheer for you with I don't want to say passion, but
they got to feel that you are really in on this. And I don't feel the same way that I did the first 5 years. Like, it doesn't feel like they're gung-ho right now, but maybe we're just not seeing it. Maybe it's supposed to be that way because they're heels. I don't know. But
I mean, they have to figure it out at some point in
time. Dude, there were several. Claudio was awesome in this match too, for the record. He hits a big swing on Matt Jackson. BCC goes for the rocket launcher, knees up on Yuta. He ends up getting rolled up, and the Young Bucks get the win using the cradle. And I was just like, oh man, like that was it. But Yuta and Claudio could be future tag teams. Like I said, Maximum Male Models or MXM, whatever they're being called right now. Claudio Yuta, if that's even an option, like Matt said. Right. Private Party, Top Flight. Look at your division and start utilizing. I'm even going to say Taven and Bennett. Utilize these guys. Let them go out there and put on a banger. Every week, yo, I'm going to give you 15, 20 minutes. Show me what you're going to do. I need you guys to build this up on social media, blah, blah, blah. Let's see who's hot and who's not.
Right.
Because I do think the talented teams of the Acclaimed, FTR, and the Bucks, they're all great. I don't have an issue with any of them. I just feel like they're not heated up right now because everybody's like, we want to see something different. But at the same time, these are the best teams for you to work with. So that's the conundrum right now within the tag division. But I think we'll get there if we put focus on it. Like I said, with the women's division as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
BJ said this match nearly put me to sleep. I appreciate everyone involved in the match, but I had to start analyzing it based off my energy, and this match had me starting to doze off. Yeah, I don't blame you for that. I was into it a little bit because of Claudio. Claudio was definitely keeping my interest in it a lot, to say the least.
Right.
Following up from that, I don't even know if I really want to speak on this too much. I have moves and stuff written down, but here's what I'll tell you guys, and this is just a straight up fact, Jack. Possible match of the year contender, number 1. Number 2, when the intern is watching and he starts looking at this match, and he was like, "That's so cool what they're doing." And I told him, he was like, "Look at the stuff they're doing." And he was ready to start jumping off the couch. I was like, hey, we can't be having all that now.
Right.
But he was really into this match. Like, he was watching, he was like, "Oh, cool. Way to see a flip." And I'm just like, well, they're doing it just like anyone else who's playing around. And he understood, but he still was just like, "That's so cool what they're doing." And he really got into the match a little bit. So I was like, okay, respect. I just love it, man. They did German suplexes on the apron. I'm just running through the moves, man. Standing ovation we're giving to both men. Chance of AEW. Ospreay connecting with poison ranas. Hidden blades. Pac's able to kick out. Pac goes for an avalanche poison rana. Ospreay lands on his feet. There's another hidden blade for a 2 count. Pac gets a good reversal on Will Ospreay's finisher. He's able to get out, and he tries to hook him, but he couldn't get him. And then a Styles Clash ends up getting hit into a hidden blade. Bro, Will freaking Ospreay, bro. Hold on. Someone sent me something earlier, and I just want to run through this real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Just this graphic, bro. Revolution. These are just pay-per-view matches, not including great matches with like Claudio on Dynamite. Ready for this? Will Ospreay, Konosuke Takeshita. Money. Just think about this, Derek. Beginning of the year.
Right.
Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson. Money. Roderick Strong, Will Ospreay for the International Championship at Double or Nothing. Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door. All in London, MJF, Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay Pac. If you don't think that this dude is cooking, I don't know what else to tell you. If this isn't your type of match, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this. When we do Match of the Year here for the EPW Awards, when me and Rob are sitting up here presenting them, y'all just better know Will Ospreay's leaving here with something, as Denzel once said. I'm from around the way.
I'm leaving here with something.
He is walking away with some award, bro. There's no way. There's no way. I better not see no Hell in a Cell. That was y'all better not be capping on this list. Don't lie right now. Man. And I still think, and guess what? That London match, that was the second best match probably on that card. We gave it to Danielson and Swerve. Danielson's amazing too.
Yes.
Yo, unbelievable.
Too just extravagant with everything that's happening. Like, you can't deny anything that's happening right now.
Matt Lopez has given us the Scrum play-by-play. TK has joined the Scrum. 2019-2020 Tag Division Fire. Ospreay versus Pac, freaking insane. This is a short scrum. Looks like it might be only TK now that it's starting. Listen, that's fine with me. TK is usually the only person I really want to hear from anyway. Not trying to be funny. E says Match of the Year, faux show. Contender. Ospreay needs his own award. Matt did message me. He was like, yo, you might just have to put like Ospreay Match of the Year than everyone else's Match of the Year. Deanna said this match was good. BJ said it woke me right back up. They were phenomenal. Y'all falling asleep. That ain't got nothing to do with the match. Trash Tag Division, Tokyo says. I can't even argue back with it right now. TK says he's in deep final talks. I think the 5-year anniversary is when the deal is set. Ooh, interesting. Ospreay Awards calling it now. We may have to make that move. Phenomenal match though. If you get a chance, definitely watch that. Chicago Street Fight. Willow Nightingale, Kris Statlander. This was great as well. I don't know what to say about this, Derek. Like, this was great. This is how you do this. Stokely, they pulled out a RIP New Jack chair. Willow is in the corner delivering power bombs. Statlander power bombs Willow through the Spanish announce table. Willow sets up a table, tries to deliver a swanton, or excuse me, maybe it was Statlander who set up the table, puts Willow on it, goes to deliver the swanton. Willow moved, but Statlander's leg still caught her in the back of the head, and Statlander ate shit. Like, it was bad for all parties involved.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be more careful. I mean, granted, it's
wrestling.
It's wrestling, but still got to be careful of what you do. I'm not holding it against you because wrestling is not perfect. There is no such thing as perfect. So, it's a minuscule thing to me. But all in all, this match right here.
Dude, double light tube shot from Willow on Statlander's head. She's bleeding. Stokely even ran away after that. He's like, yo, I'm out. I'm not even dealing with this. Statlander delivers a spear off the stage through the entrance ramp through 2 tables. They went crashing to the floor. They pull out thumbtacks, Derek. Statlander misses an axe kick, lands. So she does like a split where the thumbtacks were.
Yeah, yep.
Ooh. Not the cooter. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Be careful, Stat. Be careful. I did see she ended up getting some thumbtacks in her booty. I hope she's all right. Just not good. Death Valley driver through the thumbtacks by Willow. Discus Lariat with the chain. Willow kicked out. They pull like the it looked like the dog collar chain, but they ended up having straps and they put it on each other's wrist.
Yeah.
Going back and forth at it. Statlander ended up using the chain, wraps it around Willow's face. Willow has nowhere to go. She just gives up. Right. I don't even think she tapped. I think she said, I'm done. And Stokely came out to celebrate after all the mayhem ensued. Phenomenal match. That's how you do a blood feud right there.
Yes. These two going at it the way that they has been stellar. You can't argue the fact that they put on a show every single time that they wrestled each other. This was just the finishing touches almost, because I feel like there may be another match,
right,
to end all of the feud that they have with each other.
Clown said it should have been RIP Balls Mahoney. New Jack had the shopping cart or guy. Stokely that made that daggone chair though. Clown Stokely was gonna put New Jack. Those splits, no thank you. They call that Saturday Night Fever. Come on, E. Come on, E. Great match. Like I said, once I realized the title wasn't on the line, I was like, oh, Statlander then.
Oh, yeah.
So excellent. Again, 4-way, or excuse me, we had a backstage segment, Derek. Will Ospreay sees Renee Paquette, and he's like, well, what's next for you? Pac was a heck of a challenger. Ricochet, I saw you backstage watching my match, man. And they did show him for a second watching the match, and he said, rack up some wins, my guy, so me and you could go at it. And Ricochet was like, who are you talking to? And he put his hand out to shake it, and Ricochet kind of gave him the, get that out of here, bro. You disrespected me. Like, you know what I'll do? So, yeah. Yeah, interesting. Breaking news here. Someone asked TK if Britt Baker's coming back, and he said she will be back. Okay. Let's get to this 4-way, Derek. Not like we didn't call this when we predicted this.
Right.
Okada, Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Konosuke Takeshita absolutely deserve to be on here. I don't take notes for these 4-ways. It was nothing but carnage. Battle of the suplexes in this one, where everyone's trying to do a suplex, but Orange.
True traditional
wrestling.
Yeah.
Orange couldn't get the suplex, but he gets the stun dog on I believe it was Konosuke Takeshita. Dude, I love the finish of this match.
Oh, the finish was beautiful.
Dude, Okada got up and turned into Okada from New Japan. He was like, drop kick, you piece of trash. You get out of here. You get out. Rainmaker for you. And he ends up catching Orange in the end with the Rainmaker and gets the win. But he just turned into like this amazing version of Okada again. And I was like, yes.
Hey.
Yes.
As long as it works for you, I have no qualm.
Deanna said, give me Okada versus Takeshita. Yes. In due time. Yes. I think Takeshita Mark Briscoe is more likely. If Mark Briscoe's going to drop the belt, I say Takeshita is one of the people you should consider.
Yeah. You know what? How long has he been here?
Who? Takeshita?
Yeah.
A couple years now. I'd say at least 2 years.
Okay.
3 years.
And has he held the title?
No, that's been the issue. I called
Right.
that like a year or two ago on my predictions. Like Konosuke Takeshita will either be I think I said Ring of Honor or TNT champion. He should have been champ by now, I think.
Yeah. I think with him being on the main card, I believe that he should get a real title defense and a title shot, and then a perfect run of a title defense, because he deserves it. I mean, he's been here, he's been performing. Why not?
Right? Takeshita did pin Mark Briscoe in a tag match before he went to the G1. That is true. That is true. Maybe they'll end up doing something with that. Time will tell, but fantastic 4-way. No complaints again.
No.
Now we're getting into Hikaru Shida challenging Mercedes Mone for the TBS championship. I saw this match getting a couple, like for the most part, everything I saw was positive on this.
Oh yeah. Honestly, bro, I was looking forward to this. I wasn't expecting it to be like a super well thought out banger of a match, but I definitely thought it was going to be good, because Shida has always delivered in my mind.
She's the ace of the women's division. She's someone you can always call and you know what you're gonna get.
Right. And the match that happened tonight is the match that I would have pictured in my mind of how it would have gone. Mercedes, the hate that she's getting right now, so unbelievable.
I told people, I get criticizing her promos. I don't understand criticizing like, oh, she's overrated, she's not that good, she sucks in the ring, she's not doing a good job at every, like, okay, bro, I get like criticism, but then there's too far. That's too far.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Mercedes can perform. She may not be the best on the mic, but she makes up for it in the ring.
Yeah,
you know. So you had.
She's
like,
a star.
Yeah, like what do you want? What do you want her to do? And then on top of that, her personal life.
Stay out of people's personal lives.
Yes, like it's none of your business. One, it's none of your business. Two, why do you care when it has nothing to do with you?
That's a fact. Matt says this was a damn good TBS match. She does the ace of the women's division. Mercedes is damn good. This seemed to be a make good from Tony to Mercedes. Sorry about that Brit match. Here's a great wrestling match. What happened to the Sasha stands and bots? Actually, I saw someone getting ripped up on Twitter. They were looking through her old tweets. She was slamming Sasha, but then she was loving, or Mercedes, excuse me. But then they looked up Sasha Banks on her name. She loved Sasha Banks.
Oh.
She's one of the best. I can't wait to see what she does next. And then, is this you? Like, then she was like, "Oh, I'm blocking everyone who says something."
Right.
Okay, well, you're being ridiculous. So.
Right. Being very, very childish right now.
They did have a weird spot in this where Hikaru Shida hit her with 3 of the like katana knees, and Mercedes kicked out at 1, rolled out, and Derek thought she was worried about that hair. She rolled out of the ring. They had the tug of war with the kendo stick. Mercedes gets slammed into the ring post, but she ends up catching her with the Mone Maker for the win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she needs to find it. That move it either looks great or it doesn't. There's no real in between.
Yeah. It's something has to be done, because when you have something like that that's not in between, you get real confused as to what they need to be doing.
Y'all gotta stop calling her these names. I saw someone call her Colgate something today, Colgate Sable or something. Listerine Mula will pay for her crimes. There was no reason they had to ask about Mercedes' personal life. They were digging into it. That was the issue. Monet isn't as good as she thinks she is. But why? Why? BJ said the scrum is over. Okay. Let me know if it was worth going back and checking out, BJ and Matt. I might try to give it a listen in a little bit here. Yeah, Mercedes gets the win. Let's move on to the World Championship match here. Bryan Danielson, Jack Perry. Jack Perry got a little special entrance for this. Yo, Jack Perry, I thought he was wearing the beef and Brocs tonight. I'm not going to lie. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're probably not from New York. The beef and broccolis, because his sneakers look crushed, or his boots.
Bro,
they look burnt and stuff. I was like, yo, what are those? I need Private Party or someone to roast this man's shoes. Like, someone be like, yo, what are you wearing on your feet, bro? And just have the camera look at those things. Like, come on.
Honestly, like, I don't know if you saw it, but like the heel portion of his boot was like falling off. Like
the bottom sole at the top definitely was. It was like you could rip it a little.
Yeah, the whole.
Sorry, we're tearing apart Jack Perry's fit right now.
Yeah.
Yo, Matt Lopez said TK was asked about Shockwave trademark that we had mentioned in the beginning of this. And he said AEW was about to send a Shockwave through pro wrestling. I don't know why that tickles me. What, Tony? Shut up.
Right.
He implied heavily that the media rights deal and TV deals were going to be completed soon. Outside of that, not much. Just played into the matches. It took a lot out of people, but that's wrestling. Yeah.
That it is.
Jack Perry smells like smoke because he's been through fire. Through the fire. I'm mad we were thinking the same thing. That's chemistry, folks. That's chemistry. Danielson Perry, I don't know what to say. Danielson hit some amazing dives. He still got it, bro. He hit a nice butterfly suplex to the floor. Perry did lock in cattle mutilation at one point from the snare trap. They did do a ref bump where they pull. Of course, it was Bryce. Poor Bryce. He ends up getting pulled into the way. Perry looks like he may have him after the Bucks interfere. Claudio and Yuta came out, though, to make the save. They chased the Bucks off. Yo, Claudio could have definitely caught Matt Jackson, too.
Yes, he
them boys done lost the step a little bit because Claudio was right next to him like, Claudio, kick your foot up, bro. Matt Jackson going down. He's going down. But Claudio and them let him get away. Then I don't even know what else to say here. Like, you would have thought it. So here's Jack Perry. He puts his arms up like he's Raven and he eats the knee. He's defiant. And I was just like, okay, listen, me and Derek, we talk about this every week. We're going to try to be fair to the elite here, right?
Yeah.
A little bit, at least. I mean, you'll know secretly, like, oh, you guys hate them. And that could be the reason why we don't like something. But Jack Perry did handle this pretty well, I would say.
Yes, he did. He did.
He showed up when it was time to deliver. Would I be booking him in main events? No. But he did show up tonight.
Yeah, you know what? It just the fact of I'm so past the scapegoat situation. I'm so over it. Like, I don't know. I just can't get it. I can't get it.
Rob said, careful. Someone can come here talking about those are the boots his dad gave him right before he passed. It's shame on you. Well, I'll be waiting for those comments because I know he didn't give them to him in that condition. No. So Jack Perry did a great job tonight, but he needs to use the money they're paying him for some new shoes. I think he's supposed to be like grimy like that, though. That's why they do it. Jack Perry isn't main event ready, but he is getting there. Bucks could give Jack some shoes. John G says, hey, Connor, sorry I'm late. John G, the king of R&B. No problem, brother. We appreciate you coming in, man. Right. Hit that like for us, man. If you guys haven't, hit the like, subscribe, whatever. Super chat us. We'll take whatever. Leave a comment after this video, too. So let's get to the finish here, Derek. So running knee ends up getting him the win. Danielson celebrating. Luchasaurus shows up. Big headbutt takes him down, and everyone's like, oh, no. Christian. And Jack Perry and Luchasaurus have this weird, and I know who's kill switch, whatever. Right. Luchasaurus and him have this face off, and then here comes Christian, Mother Wayne coming out dressed to the nines. Nick Wayne's there, his stepson, and they're walking down. Christian's walking ever so slowly. Then John Moxley popped up, white tee and all. Yep, in my white tee. And he says, nah, you're not going to do that, bro.
No.
Claudio shows up, Wheeler shows up, and Pac shows up, and they step in front of them, and they're like, yeah, we'll back off. Luchasaurus joins them. They go back up the stage. They're like, all right, not tonight.
Right.
Not tonight.
Right.
I can do this whenever I want.
Exactly.
Let Christian be smart here. So he backs off. They all get in the ring. BCC, Pac, I don't know what this is. They all celebrate with each other. And then Claudio just clobbered Danielson. I was like, what are we doing? Claudio had on a white shirt too, was the other thing to peep. So Claudio does that. These are the trios champions for the record. So Claudio clobbers him. Moxley pulls out a plastic bag, and I was like, hey, yo. If you've ever seen the movie Paperboy, that's all I'm going to say for what happens next. I saw M. Leezy mentioned in the chat that he thought they did it for too long. I think that was the purpose. It was supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. Danielson was fine if you're watching what he was doing, but it was supposed to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, my goodness. And they're going through it. And they're doing the darn thing. Pat grabbed Wheeler. So Wheeler Yuta didn't know.
No.
And Pat grabbed him and stopped him and kind of made him watch. It was like watching a mafia movie. Like, didn't somebody watch Joe Pesci in the cornfields in Casino? Don't say anything else about it though. But we know what happens in that movie. And
I believe so.
And I believe they made him watch. Was his brother? Maybe?
I think it was his brother.
I think they make him watch, and it was like, geez, Louise, that's painful, bro. Like. So they do that. Marina Shafir came out. She beat up, who was it? Bryce. Like, sit down, Bryce. Down he goes. And Pac held back. And then they had to put oxygen on Danielson. Crazy angle to end the show. Like, well, the official show, we should say.
Still, nonetheless, it's still a crazy way to end it.
Right. Going to the comments. Raven was grimy, but at least his shoes were falling apart. Keep them separated. TK is the modern Herb Abrams on Sour Patch Candies, but which side is he on? Like someone said, Eddie Kingston told y'all about Claudio. Actually, by the way, I just saw this reported by Fightful like a couple weeks back. Eddie Kingston wanted to originally do this angle with the bag with Moxley, I think, and he was told no. So hopefully Eddie ain't about to come back and throw a fit. He could be like, hey, Tony, what is this? I asked you about this. Me no, him yes. What's up with that?
Right. Don't lie to me about it. Just be straightforward. Be straightforward.
Yeah, but maybe it's too much for TV though. That's kind of like I said, pay-per-view. Like I said, certain things on pay-per-view I'm okay with. Right. Like when Hubs was talking before, I'm like, I'm okay with this stuff on pay-per-view. On TV, be careful.
Right.
Be careful. I knew something was funny because Mox hugged and kissed Bryan on the head. Yeah, whenever has he done that? I don't know. He did kiss Punk that one time.
Oh, well, you know what? That's the old classic
kiss of death.
Yes, from The Godfather.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah. Fans were chanting this is M word. We'll just say I'll put it up for people who want to see it. Someone said Goodfellas. Ain't nothing like Robert De Niro's kicks in Goodfellas. You mother just going to work. Deanna, he's a whole snake. Kingston was right about Claudio all along. Might have been right about Mox too.
Right.
You think Danielson told Mox to get y'all getting real good fellas up in here. Joe Pesci. I'm interested to see where this goes. Like, I'm curious to see where Yuta stands. Like, Yuta's the one I'm most curious about. Like, where do you stand, bro? What happened here? We know that this is leading to something. Mox has been asking about Darby, so I wonder if he wanted Darby shot or if he's trying to get Darby to join him.
Right.
He said it's not your company anymore. Supposedly, it's a playoff of an old Kurt Russell movie.
Oh, okay.
Or no, is it not Kurt Russell? Russell Crowe, excuse me.
Russell Crowe. I have a definitive appreciation for.
Ignore that. That was that was my other computer.
I have a definitive appreciation for Wheeler. I think Wheeler has done so much and has improved to a T. This is going to be fun to see how this is going to play out.
He said escape from New York. Cut it out. I'd love to see Garcia join up with Bryan. They could do that. Garcia.
It could.
Those two fit. Hikaru, you good? Yo, it's 1 a.m., bro. Y'all gotta cut me some slack here if I make a mistake. That was it. So me and Derek will probably get more into this on Dynamite. We'll see what Sean wants to get into on this stuff. Like I said, on Clash Monday 6:05, be there. Main event time. Lights out, Derek. Steel cage match. This match did not count. I did like the touch of the referee still in the stripes, but he didn't have the AEW All Out patches on the shirt. Shout out to Paul Turner, best referee in AEW, my opinion. I also think that they should have possibly, if you can't have the ref wear that, I was telling Derek, black polo shirt, tuck it in, nothing on it, that you're still the official for the match, and that's it.
I agree with the all black. That I mean, lights out. Why not? I mean, that has to be self-explanatory almost. Like, it's lights out. It's that kind of a match. Like, so then the referee should be blacked out. Should definitely be blacked out. It keeps up with the theme, because having a black and white striped polo
makes you feel like it's still part of the show if you see pictures, but it's not, though, because they do turn the lights out and say the show is technically over, but if you want to stick around to see this, nobody's gonna leave, because this is the match everybody wanted to see. This deserved to be it.
Absolutely.
I see people saying Yuta and Garcia team Danielson. I love that idea as well, if that's a possibility. So these guys both come down to the ring. Security stayed with them when they arrived in the arena at the beginning of the show. I think it might even been during 0 hour. I told Derek I liked it because security, so each of them had like 4 to 6 security guards with them, and they would walk them to the arena, into their locker room, stayed with them in the locker rooms. Very well done. Very well done. Turn the regular shirt inside out like you wore something you shouldn't have at school. We were rebels back then. They went through it. Swerve came out. His gear was on point. Derek loved Nana's even like reaction when he came out. Like, he was just very serious, but still fun loving. He ain't throw that mug this time. He was selling them mugs. And Swerve came out. He had the burnt house on the back of his shirt that we talked about. Great ending angle that really pushed Dynamite up for us a lot. Like that was well done. We get the cage lowering. Swerve delivers a big boot, or as soon as the bell rang, ding, 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 boot right to the door, like, oh shit, it's on. And that's how you're supposed to feel in these blood feuds. Then they're holding each other's head down as the cage is coming down, trying to do that.
Trying to get crushed.
Nana pushes them both in, like, hey, get in and stay in. Meanwhile, behind them, Nana has already thrown in a tote. He threw in a table, chairs, like whatever they needed.
Yeah. Shout out to Nana. Like, he
was great on the outside.
Yeah, like his managerial work with everything is just spot on. Spot on.
Rob says, since it was non-sanctioned, shouldn't the commentary team, maybe STFU, besides Nigel, they were all awful tonight, especially Excalibur and Tony. One of them got to go. I think 4 people on commentary for the last 2 matches was a lot, too. Yeah. But me and Sean talked about like JR, and I was just like, well, JR's trying to sell the severity of this.
Yes.
I feel like it should have just been like JR and Taz. Maybe like someone's got to take the back seat if JR comes out there.
Right.
I know nobody wants to, though, but someone's got to then. If you're going to keep JR on the payroll, can't have 4 of y'all out there trying to talk. That's way too many people, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's just fitting if that happens that way. You know what I mean?
Right. Going back to this, Nana threw weapons in the ring. We said they were tripping. The staple gun spot in the beginning, they were tripping. Swerve laughs at him, pulls out pictures of his family, stapled them to Hangman's cheeks, his chest. They were both eventually bloodied after barbed wire was used.
Yeah.
Swerve reaches in the back of the tote, pulled out a cinder block. Yo, they hit a vertebreaker on a cinder block, and then you saw Page's skin scraped off from the cinder block.
Yeah.
You guys are wilding out, bro.
Ooh.
Swerve sets up a table. He does the Swerve stomp through it. Hangman kicks out. Deadeye on Swerve barely kicks out at 2. Hangman pulls out a burnt splinter. They're using it. Swerve stabs Hangman in the head with the burnt splinter. This was crazy. Yeah. Hangman power bombs Swerve onto the cinder block. Derek was like, when he saw that.
Yeah.
It just bad. Hangman what did I say? He power bombed him. Swerve kicked out at 2. House call kick for a 2. Power bomb off the top rope for a deadeye. Hangman Page gets the chair and he starts hitting him, asking him to beg for mercy. Swerve laughs at him. Hangman pulls out a needle from his jacket. The needle was supposed to go through his cheek, like he said, and Clown watches GCW, so he knows these spots. I've seen way worse too. Like, people think what AEW is doing is really, really bad. You haven't seen any of these other shows. Trust me, they've done way worse. And they're going for shock and awe though when they do these matches. So they're trying to do that, and it didn't work as well. But what they did was Swerve got his grill taken out. They put a needle through his cheek almost. It didn't work, but they ended up getting it into his lip. And you could see it in there, but it just didn't go all the way through.
Right.
Hangman grabs a steel chair. The chair was obviously like gimmicked up.
Right, yeah.
Blasted over his head, knocked him out. Chair shot to the head. The chair breaks, and he's laid out, and he's down. Hangman finally gets the win that he wanted in a lights out steel cage match. He got the win that he desperately wanted.
Can we address the fact that
BJ has a different theory. He said, I thought he jabbed him with it as a numbing agent, which is why the chair shot was so easy for Hangman to hit him to take him out. Could be Beach. Interesting. We don't know. Like I said, we won't know either. Maybe it's one of those things you figure it out. What did you think he used it for?
I mean, eventually we'll find out sooner or later, or we may not, but stay tuned.
That was a grudge match. I feel like this might put Page in the world title mix now, but it makes me wonder, is Swerve going to be out now for a time period? He can't be on Dynamite Wrestling.
Oh, no.
Maybe in an angle, but I don't know if you want to do it that fast. Absolutely crazy. Hangman got the win, but technically it means nothing because it was unsanctioned and didn't count. Yeah, but I feel like this could start his path. And we even thought for a second he was about to go back into the ring.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like,
he was bugging.
Oh, it was. Oof.
Swerve don't get a loss. Yeah, and the records are gone too. For the record, I don't know if anyone noticed it on the AEW site. No more records.
Well, you know what? I felt like that should have been dealt with a long time ago.
Yeah, getting a title match is just getting a title match now. Apparently,
right. Let's not say, all right, you get a title match. All right, you got to go through tent number 1. Okay, which one's tent number 1? Yeah, I don't know. It's.
All right. This brings us to final grade and score, Derek. I'm going to show it to you again. Are we in agreement?
We are in agreement.
All in and all out scored the exact same score for both of us. I thought it was the right move, man.
It was. Dude.
They were on par.
Dude, the fact that you have put everything. Well, I won't say everything. You put your best foot forward with these matches, and it's by far not a deep card whatsoever. But the amount of matches that you put on this card for this show, the caliber of matches that have been performed for this show is what pushed you to where we decided to place you. Like, that's 2 pay-per-views where we're like, oh, that was phenomenal.
See, BJ was teetering where we were. I give tonight an A-. The Young Bucks match really felt like it could have not been on the card, or should have not been. I agree, BJ. If you're asking me which show I'm going to give the edge to, I preferred All In.
Yeah.
But All In feels like the bigger deal too.
It is.
But I love the grudge match feel for some of these matches on All Out.
Yeah.
Like I said, in a perfect world, I would love for more space in between these matches and shows. I would love for All In to be July. I would love for All Out to just, you got all month to build up in August, and then here we got this.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
E's going with an A as well. Clown says solid A. Matt Lopez says All Out 9 out of 10. EPW 10 out of 10. AEW did 2 great back-to-back pay-per-views, and now we have a hot angle with BCC and Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, man.
And then see that statement there, like that, we got 2 pay-per-views back-to-back.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Well worth the money that we spent on Trailer TV for him.
Yes. Yeah. You just have to take it for what it's worth.
Right. Jesus is giving it a thumbs up. What did he say? You're telling me you're not supposed to do 5 matches? Isn't that the industry standard? I'm told Fight Forever should do DLC like WWE 2K. Come on, E. Come on. He put the laughing emojis, though. It's all good, man.
Right.
I'm waiting to hear what happens with this media deal. I'll probably try to talk about it as soon as I can. I'll try to get Derek over as soon as I can so that we can talk about it. Maybe it'll be me and Hubs. Maybe it'll be me and Derek. Maybe I can get all 3 of us on, and we could try to talk about the TV deals that are coming up. We got Netflix for WWE. Lots of craziness. Fox just ended on SmackDown, so we're going to be talking about it. But AEW's television deals are definitely interesting. People are going to try to dissect that to the fullest, and this is probably going to depend on if AEW is profitable, what's the future of their video games, what is AEW worth. There's going to be a lot of things in question and in play here, but I look forward to all of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, $85 for both pay-per-views at Triller. Yes, they did have a double pack there. Get Rob on there. He's slacking. Rob just got off of work, so I'm going to give Rob the pass, though. $85 well spent. Definitely well worth it, man. Keep us on lockdown here. Derek's fighting it right now. I'm fighting it. We are going to get on out of here, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for EP Dub. Leave a comment down below as soon as we end this video. It could be an emoji, a star. Say if it didn't happen, if it would have happened in the Tokyo Dome, it would have been 5 stars. I don't care. Put anything you want down in the comments below, and we will get at you guys. Join me and Sean for Clash on Monday, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. Me and Derek, Wednesday, 10:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll catch you guys all on the next one.